Hey
Ahmad,
Chris. Yeah, sorry Chris for keeping you waiting.
that's
Actually I
all
had
right.
a day off, so I'm not sure even though I put the alarm, but I still slept in. Sorry for that.
Don't worry about it. That's all right. Well, thank you for jumping on the call, mate. Did Jen explain that we might potentially use this on the website in the future?
Yeah, she did explain it to me.
And is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, mate. Well, I appreciate you allowing us to do that, and I appreciate you carving out the time to do this. The I'm interested, mate, just to see how you're getting on. But before we do that, I want to just, if you don't mind, just if you could explain anyone that's potentially watching this in the future, would you mind introducing yourself and tell explain what position you held or still hold when you joined the program?
All right. So, a bit about myself. Like I've done my undergrad in electrical engineering from Dubai, and then I came to Canada for my grad studies, where I completed my master's in electrical and control engineering. Um, After that, when I joined the program, I was working as a testing technologist, electrical testing technologist for a company called Next Hydrogen. And currently, I'm still working for the same company. But in terms of uh, career progression, like in terms of getting the technical competency and skills, uh, I I feel that like I'm getting there. So sooner or later, I think I might be landing with a good potential opportunity as an electrical control engineer in the near future. So,
Excellent.
um, so that was the idea of joining the program.
Yeah.
Then I
So,
can follow. Yeah.
sorry, mate, I cut you off. Continue.
So it was just the idea of polishing my skills and getting me prepared for the next big opportunity, which was that I do see myself as working one day as a controls engineer. So that's why I joined the program.
So are you looking to progress to a controls engineer within the business that you're working for? Or are you looking to jump ship and land a position elsewhere?
Elsewhere, and then eventually, once I get a hang of the job, and then once I feel I'm confident enough, and then I can probably uh, work on my own, like as a business owner, you know.
Yeah, that okay. I remember now from our first call. I remember. Yeah. So sort of like a consultant business owner you mentioned. Was that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what made you consider joining the program in the first place? Was it was it because of that reason you want to progress to becoming a controls engineer?
Yes. So it was because of that, and then initially, when you're in your early days in your career, you're also looking for the skills that you'll be needing and the knowledge that you'll be requiring in order to make that career progression. And I think I've viewed like many courses or websites or institutions that do offer that training. So I kind of, once went through your courses and trainings and catalogs, I felt that that closely aligns with what the industry trends are and what is needed for you to progress or to make it big as an electrical controls engineer. So that's why I opted for your program.
And how far off do you feel you are before you start applying for electrical control engineering roles? Is the technical understanding there yet, do you feel?
Yes, so currently I'm on the control panel specialist course. I've just completed my wiring schematics, so electrical
Yeah.
wiring schematic, which is the first step. So I feel that once I've completed the control panel specialist and then the design course, then I think I'll be more confident of handling interviews or even the job tasks or assignments that are aligned that once I get hired as an electrical controls engineer.
Right. And if you had to rate your confidence in terms of electrical controls on a scale of 1 to 10, when you joined the program to where it is now, like where would you say it was and where would you say it is now?
So I did have a basic understanding of the controls before I joined the program. So I would say very rudimentary. I would say it was, I would say out of 10, it would be 3. Once I joined the program after doing that wiring schematics course, I think it's jumped to 6 out of 10.
Okay.
And I feel that once I finish the other two courses, the control panel specialist and the build specialist and the design course, I think it should easily take it to 9 or 10. It's just
That's
that you
good to hear,
cannot,
mate.
I'm not giving a perfect 10. It's just that you can never know much about this field. That's the beauty of it. You can always keep, there's always room for knowledge and new things coming up. So that's why I'm not giving it a
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, mate, you can never learn everything within this industry. That's the beauty of it. That's why I love it so
Yeah.
much because you can always learn something more. You can always go deeper down a rabbit hole and explore something further. You know, it's brilliant for people that like learning and get bored
Yes,
easily. It's brilliant.
exactly. Yeah, pretty much.
And Ahmad, you haven't even mentioned the career specialist course. Have you even looked into that yet?
Not yet. So, thank, thank you for raising that. But can I just directly jump to that as well, or I have to go in that sequence?
Wherever you are, like in terms of your career, your life, whatever mini program within the program is going to serve you best at that time, use it. Like I would always recommend going through the first specialist foundations first before you do anything.
Mhm.
But if you want to start advancing your career now, my friend, yeah, go through the career specialist stuff because I think that's gonna really help you. Like if you want to move quicker, then
Mhm.
yeah, just start going through that now.
Sure, I'll do that then. Yeah. Because I did see the content, and I felt that it was necessary to ask you that if I can jump directly to that. I mean, at the same time, completing my specialist courses as well. But I just wanted to see how to prepare for the interview, the questions that can come up. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, when you get through that stage and you've
Mhm.
completed that, let me know and we can jump on a call and we can help you with the interview stuff.
Sure.
So do you see this? Because I think when we first had the initial call, if I remember correctly, you're perhaps a little bit hesitant moving forward with this program, which is fair enough. You know, you've not met me. I'm just someone on the internet, and you had you invested in an online program before, or was this the first one?
Uh, I I think this was the first one. That's why I was a bit hesitant initially to uh, kind of invest in it. Uh, but I do feel, I think it's been the right decision so far. Uh, like in terms of the wiring schematics, I think I did have an idea initially how to read wiring schematics because I had been working in my previous company as a electrical technologist, and my activities were pretty much related to pre-commissioning and commissioning related. So we had to go
Yeah,
through schematics, but it just gave me a different perspective of looking at things. Like for example, over there I was just new into the job, so I was just following the schematics as it is. But what were they trying to convey is something
yes,
which I learned from the course itself. Like they do etch a story, which you later on need in order to troubleshoot, in order to make some design updates that can come up later on. So for potential design updates. So this is something which I I got a fresh perspective from doing that course.
So that initial hesitancy, from not investing in an online program, maybe you weren't 100% confident that this was going to be right for you. Would you say from going through, you haven't been through all of it yet, but would you say from what you have been through that this has been a worthwhile investment for you?
Yes, definitely, it's been a very worthwhile investment, and since I'd had a good experience with the first course itself, so I'm confident. I think once I oversee the other courses as well, the other steps for the control specialist program, I think it's gonna make every investment what I've made count, and it's gonna be definitely useful for me in the near future.
Yeah, because that's the thing, isn't it, man? Like, is with what your goal was to initially advance your career to becoming an electrical controls engineer, and then after a bit of time advance to, being a business owner, a consultant doing electrical controls. That's ultimately what you were investing in, right? That the ability to have that outcome. And do you feel confident now with the program that you can achieve that outcome? It's just a matter of
Yes,
time.
yes, I can, because your program, I think, besides providing technical competency, it also kind of provides you with an insight of how to uh, take care of matters which are non-tech technical related as well, like in terms of getting through to the getting through the interviews, and resume building is something which you guys, I haven't gone through it, but seeing that in that being it part of the program also kind of maximizes chances of
Yeah,
for in my case for making it as an electrical controls engineer in the near future.
yeah. Well, I'm excited, mate. I can't just keep me in the loop with that. Once you've been through the career stuff, let me know and we'll jump on another call or join us on one of the coaching calls. Because
Yeah,
yeah, like it won't take long, mate. If you do everything right in the career specialist stuff, yeah, we can yeah, you won't have to wait long until you land a position as a controls engineer.
sure. Yeah. So yeah, that was the I'll go through that program as well, and try to fast track my progress. Yeah. So it's one
Yeah.
way of putting it.
If you had to pick like one or two things, and I know you haven't been through all the program yet, but just from what you have been through, one or two things that have helped you the most, what would they be?
On the schematics course, I I feel the way it was the way it has been structured has really provided me a good insight of how to go about reading the electrical schematics. The thing is that you've created certain scenarios in the courses. Like for example, I do remember one where you was for I think metering purposes, you added that the customer wants to add a current transformer in the circuit. So how would you modify that as a designer? So firstly, it's basically making these small changes which do come from the client's side, and how can you incorporate them into the actual original drawing itself, original schematic, and then there was another point as well, and like issues that I think there was one troubleshooting scenario where how we're using the schematics, you can actually come to the actual issue, the underlying issue that is causing the system to function in an abnormal way or not the usual way. So that's something that kind of improves and consolidates on that concepts as well. Um, and as well, I think from the first few lectures itself, if I recall correctly, uh, you kind of explicitly mentioning that the schematics, like more than just showing the components and the connections of how things are done. They tell you, they kind of etch a story which can later on help you in understanding how to kind of make modifications and and carry out your troubleshooting activities that can make it very easy for you to do your job as well. So this is something which I've learned a lot. And also, yeah, most importantly, going through the manuals like the
Yeah.
RTFM, the
RTFM,
RT,
yeah.
yeah, but in a smart way because I had the impression like when I joined the workforce, I had the intention, I had the understanding, or I would say lack of knowledge, that the controls engineer go through every page of that manual just to get the
Mm.
job done. And some manuals are uh, like were more than 100 pages, so I wasn't really sure
Yeah.
how do they skim through that and come to that underlying issue. So the smart way of doing RTFM as well. So it's something which uh, it was really like beneficial for me, and it's gonna be definitely gonna be helpful in the near future.
The scenarios specifically, do you feel like they've given you more confidence in your controls ability?
Yes, they have for surely. Like as I mentioned about that current transformer, and then I think there was one related to a gas detector where the customer wanted to, where the client wanted to add another gas detector into the system. So I think those were like brilliantly drafted. They were very realistic as well because I've seen such scenarios coming up where I have worked previously. So they kind of prepare you well for the work, make you like I would say industry ready, like in terms of
Real world stuff, right? Real world
yes,
scenarios.
exactly. Yeah, so this is something which you would be eyeing or looking for, like so to get you better prepared for the next job opportunity that you're gonna be getting.
Yeah. Well, thank you for mentioning that, mate. Yeah, I'm glad. I mean, that's what they're designed for. That was what they were designed for. And they were designed to really, well, the idea was to give you guys more confidence, with real world scenarios and not just testing your memory, not like asking you to recall, the size of a cable or the color of a cable or something stupid like that that's
Yes,
meaningless. It's testing your knowledge and understanding, like how you think. That's the key thing, right? It's how
exactly.
do you think like a controls engineer?
Right. That's exactly what I've got the impression from the program right now. Like the approach you take, the kind of building that approach, that mindset. And for memory, yes, the theoretical side, you can always access it uh, by looking at it and you'll recall instantly what the kind of information you're missing. But the approach and mindset comes with practice and by getting into those scenarios. So I think those scenarios were very well crafted and designed as well. So they kind of make you industry ready and make you more confident for taking your next role as a in the controls industry.
Well, thanks for mentioning that, mate. Final question, Ahmad. What would you say to anyone that's potentially watching this video in the future that's considering joining the program? What would you say to them?
I would just say if you are really serious of making it into the controls industry as a working for someone else or being self-employed, then you should definitely go into this buying the control specialist program. Get yourself enrolled ASAP and be serious about it. Be committed to it, and I'm confident that it's gonna pay off. It's a worthwhile investment.
Thank you, mate. Genuinely, Ahmad, I really appreciate you taking the time to just have this conversation with me. So it's really is appreciated. And mate, you've got to just crack on with the career stuff now. Because how long have you been in the program? Just remind me.
Uh, I joined at the end of November last
Okay.
year.
So about 2 months. 2 months, yeah, November. 3 months, sorry.
Yeah, now Feb is there, so yeah.
End of November. Let me get yeah, so December, January. So 2 months. God, I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Right,
mean,
mate.
Feb is about to start. Yeah,
Well, look, mate, let's because in the next month, if you can try and get through the career stuff, then like let's aim for the end of Feb. Let's try and have all the CV, all the LinkedIn, all the career stuff done, and let's get you out there. Let's get you landing a new position as a controls engineer.
sure. I think I'll make it a point now to go through the career stuff as well. Other side with the managing with the simultaneously also completing the other pro trainings as well.
Because the other stuff you can come back to. Like I think just the first foundation stuff, that is enough to talk on the same level as these other people that are recruiting for controls engineering roles, and then you can just brush up and go back to the design and the panel building one once you're starting that role.
Sure. Okay. I'll keep that now. I'll go for the career to kind of fast track my progress. Yeah.
Cool. All right, mate. Well, keep me in the loop, and we'll have a call again soon.
Sure. Sure. Definitely. Yeah.
All right, Ahmad. Thanks again, buddy.
And no problem. Thank you for catching up, Chris. Thank you.
Cheers, Ahmad. Bye bye.
Bye.